Hello everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. It's time to enjoy some games. It's Tuesday, and we're gonna do some co-op today, but first, that's gonna be in about a half hour or so. So we have enough time to do a run of Hades before we're joined by my friend, and we swap over till we were here together. So I think I already actually have this set up. Yeah, Artemis, Bowodzag.
Let me see you now for what you truly are.
And then we just have to go crazy with the extreme measures here. So here's a question. All right, level 4. So assuming that we get far enough here, yep, to 10, we'll get to see Hades' new form. So hopefully we
Another
good.
vermin outbreak near the surface, then. Would that I had someone dependable to deal with it. Where are those blasted satyrs coming from, and to what end? The vile things.
Imagine if your life is so shitty on the surface that you feel the need to hang out at the gates of hell.
I can do about it, Father.
So,
Risk of incurring your wrath, Lady Artemis. I hope you will accept this from me and see that my gratitude for all you have done for me is genuine.
What do you know? Another gift of nectar. That's quite thoughtful of you, Zagreus. Normally don't care much for the stuff, but every now and then, I mean, why not?
alright, here we go. Hey, Turnip. And Psychonaut. How's it going?
Living on Olympus here, I'm surrounded by my family, but
Look at poor Artemis. Oh, you just got this game?
I know that's not the
Have you
same
done
as
any
your
runs yet, or no?
experience, but I'm just saying I relate to what you're going through.
Because this is a fantastic game. Let's do... oh, God. We'll do this.
I'll make every strike count.
Yeah, this game is phenomenal. I'm in the epilogue section of it, so there won't be any spoilers for you. Like 95% sure of this. The only spoilers would be that you'll see bosses, but that's probably nothing too crazy. But yeah, I don't actually normally like roguelites that much, is what I tell myself. But this game has changed my opinion to some extent, just because it's a roguelite that actually has progression in the story as you go through it, so it doesn't feel like you're wasting your time, like every time you die and lose everything. So, always enjoying that. And I just beat a Metroidvania yesterday called Ender Lilies Quietus of the Night, so I'm going to start a new game tomorrow. I'm going to go for a more retro game.
That's something.
The GameCube version of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest is the plan here. Yeah, let's do Chaos. So, we'll see if that works tomorrow or not.
Hope Nyx is alright.
Waiting for your new PC. Are you, did Ty talk to you at all? Because I have a case, as well as like a graphics card and a bunch of RAM up here that you could have.
Surely I should treat them equally. And yet I find that there is little sport in doing so.
Let's see. Gain another thing. Gain health. Let's do this one.
It should be interesting.
So, through a series of adventures in my 4th of July weekend, I ended up buying a new PC. So my old gaming PC, besides its motherboard, is just sitting in my living room. So, but yeah, would you like to hear the tale of how an $80 CPU upgrade turned into spending $1,000 to get a new computer? I've told it before when it was a little bit closer to the weekend, but how much? 52, that's really not worth it.
I have a better idea.
Oops. Let's do this. So yeah, I mean, even if you just want the case or something, but also the RAM's fine too. Just the RAM wasn't any good with my new build, so sadly. All right, so my good friend McKenny was coming up to visit me because I hadn't seen him in a while. He actually managed to get, you know, his girlfriend to agree to let him come up for the 4th of July weekend to come enjoy. And also, I've been thinking about upgrading my CPU for a while because I had a Ryzen 1000 series, which is like, you know, 4 generations behind. So it's like, oh yeah, we could upgrade. Because one day I was streaming and we were looking at YouTube videos while we were just chatting, and the YouTube videos kept stuttering because like my CPU was having a hard time with it. So it was good timing, and he offered me the CPU for $85 or so. For $85 plus if I needed the fan for another 15, so that it'd be an even 100. And those the CPU, the 2800. Let's do this one. Normally go on eBay for about $200. So save $100, get to see my friend. It would be lovely and wonderful, right? That was the plan. It didn't quite work out that way, in that when we finally got around to doing the upgrade, we had a nice Saturday of just enjoying ourselves playing games, played a little bit of Civ, hung out, watched a movie, did whatever, right? Ate food, had steak. And then the next morning, we open up my computer. Oh, nice. Open up my computer and unscrew the fan so that we can get to the CPU, because the cooler sits on top of the CPU.
How about another?
And after we unscrew it, McKenny goes to pull it out, because McKenny pulls out, as one knows. And oh god, let me go. And he went to pull it out, and instead of just pulling off the fan, the entire CPU came with it. And it's not supposed to do that. Motherboards have a little lock that keeps the CPU down, and that did not come up at all. So that happened, but we were like, you know what, it's fine. Like a pin got bent, basically, on the CPU, and it's whatever, it's fine. Like, I'm not going to use that CPU anymore, so whatever, right? So, whoops, shit. I moved my hand. So we put in the new CPU that he's brought up, put everything back together again, turn it on, and the PC boots, but we don't get a display at all. There's nothing on the screen. And then about 10 seconds later, the entire computer shuts off and then turns back on. And we're like, wait, what? We turn it off, we reseat everything, just like, you know, make sure everything's nice and tight, put it back in, and then turn it on again. Computer turns on for 10 seconds, shuts off again. And the CPU is extremely hot, so like the thing just kept overheating. So at this point, we don't know what's wrong with it. We figure it's like, okay, so there's just something up with that. What? Okay, let's try again. We try a few more times, and then we start deciding to try to like figure out what's gone wrong. And McKenny has brought a computer up with him, so we open his computer up.
I shall deal with you later then.
We open his computer up, and we start trying out my parts in his computer to try to figure out, like, you know, what's broken. We put every single part, including the old CPU, into his computer, and they all work. Like, we bend the pin back so it works. And so at that point, it's like, okay, so the motherboard is fucked. When we pulled the CPU out with the fan, it broke the motherboard. So it's been like at least an hour of putting this computer back together or whatnot. So we go to Best Buy, and they have a couple motherboards, but they only have one AMD motherboard. So I go ahead and spend $200 because I need a new motherboard, right? It's like, all right, well, you know, might as well upgrade the motherboard too. Sure. So we get the motherboard, we bring it back to my place, install everything together again, and this new motherboard is very fancy. It has an exciting light on it that tells you if something goes wrong in 4 different ways.
Good enough.
So go ahead and yeah, we'll do this. put it all together, turn it on, and this little light on the motherboard turns on that says, that indicates that there's a problem with the CPU. That tells us that the CPU isn't compatible, even though when McKenny looked online, it said that, it said that it was, because someone on a forum built a computer for his son or something and got it to work. Where's that LS on me? So it doesn't work, and it's not officially supported. So we go ahead, go back to Best Buy, look around, try to find a new CPU. They have one CPU. They have a Ryzen 5800X. So we spend $400, and I buy myself a new CPU because what else am I going to do at this point, right? I need a computer to do things. And okay, sure, $400. I'm not thrilled about the fact that I'm doing this. McKenny isn't thrilled either because he's not getting his money for his CPU that he's going to sell me. But at least this should work, right? Because officially they all support each other and we can see them on the official website. So we get it, we bring it back, and put it together, turn it on. Lo and behold, the computer boots up, and the CPU debug light turns on, indicating that there's a problem with the CPU. So we once again try everything, like reseeding things, doing stuff, and it turns out that they are compatible, but you have to update the BIOS. You have to update the BIOS in order for them to be compatible. However, in general, for most older computers, you can't update the BIOS unless you actually have a processor to get the damn thing to boot in the first place. Thanks to Tiffany. Words of wisdom right there. And so, oh god, that hurt. So, we give up for the day and say, okay, well, I'll bring it to a computer repair place tomorrow because it's a holiday now, so there's nothing open. And we'll see. We'll have them do it for us because I can't find anyone at this time of night because at this point it's like 10 o'clock or so with a 3600 processor, which is what we would need in order to get the thing to boot without having any other things going on. So next morning, 8:30 rolls around. I call up a place down the street that does repair. Call them 3 times, leave a voice message, and there's nothing. No one picks up. They're observing the 4th on the Monday, so can't get a hold of them. And the next place that opens at 10, so I'm out of luck for an hour and a half or so. In the meanwhile, I'm reading about this motherboard and looking through things, and it turns out that this fancy pants motherboard, and apparently a lot of new motherboards as well, have a feature called flashing the BIOS where you can take a USB stick, put the update onto it, press a button on the motherboard after you plug it in, and it will update the BIOS for you without having to have a processor in it. So I try that.
Let's see here.
Let's do Athena.
Might help.
Um,
Ooh, that's cold.
Okay.
See you.
So in the hour and a half before I call this other place, I try flashing the BIOS 3 times, putting everything together again, trying to figure it out. It goes through the motions, like the computer turns on and off again after the update's done, indicating that it has finished. And it doesn't work at all. So 10 o'clock I call this other computer repair person, get a hold of him, and he tells me that to go to the guy that I called first, because he's not accepting new clients. But he expects that it would take at least a week for me to get my computer back. And I got shit to do. I got games with dailies in them, with accounts that don't transfer very well between things. I'm not going to install Steam onto my work computer, because that would just be a terrible idea to do. And I don't want to be without my gaming PC for an entire week. I like streaming, everything else, right? So at that point, let's take a reminder here that I've spent $200 on a new motherboard, $400 on a new CPU, and the average cost, according to the internet, for these types of upgrades is like at least $150, plus however much time goes into the labor and whatnot, right? Let's go to the dash. So I'm looking at like at least $800 in the hole from an $80 attempted purchase of a CPU. That said, Best Buy's gaming PCs that are pre-built, what's the one over here? Okay. Cost $1,000 at the start for an upgrade to everything that's in my system besides the RAM. So I box everything back up, go to Best Buy, return it, and buy a gaming PC, which is the first gaming PC that they've had in months, according to the sales associate that I was talking to, who has been with us through this entire process. I got the CPU from him, I got the motherboard from him, we bought thermal paste from him, and we were lucky enough that he was working that other day. So instead of enjoying ourselves for a weekend of fun and games and eating some good burgers, because I made some good food that weekend, there was a lot of trips back and forth between Best Buy, and I ended up buying an entire new computer. So, you know, got an upgrade to all the parts of my PC, but not
Power of Olympus.
not in the time frame that I was expecting to do it. So that's the fun, exciting story about how an $80 upgrade snowballed into a entire new computer purchase. Which, yeah, these things happen, but God, is it annoying. So I still have the other computer, right, which has the case. It still has the broken motherboard in it, but that doesn't really matter because you can just take it out. But it's got 24 gigs of RAM, GeForce 1060 graphics card, and a bunch of other stuff. Forget. Oh, it still has the other CPU, the 1000 series CPU. So not the best CPU. Good enough to do all the streaming that I've done in the past 4 years or however long it's been since I started streaming. But there are better graphics cards floating around now, especially if you were to get a different motherboard. So yeah, when I originally built my other computer, I think it cost me somewhere around $1,200, and then additional upgrades later on, like the RAM and other things, probably cost a little bit more. So all in all, pre-built computers are actually getting better nowadays, I think. Just with how good of the set of parts that you get. But I mean, if you just use PC Parts Picker and you're being more choosy with things, it all works out. So, but generally, I'm not really a hardware guy either, which is why I tend to ask McKenny or Ty or other people about stuff with it. So, but really, PC Parts Picker is the magical website that makes sure that you buy parts that are compatible with each other, that we clearly didn't use during our ship fit of the July 4th. But also we didn't really have much choice because we had what was available in the motherboards at Best Buy. So it is what it is, right? God, witches suck when you don't have a good build going. It's really all I have is my cast. Yeah, I have an Elgato. Are you getting the USB one or the one that's built into the PC, or that attaches to the motherboard? I mean, because I have the one that goes and attaches into the motherboard. I will say, and your mileage may vary, mind you, but the built-in software that comes with Elgato for streaming, I do find that it has some memory issues every now and then. When are we starting? Oh shit, that's nice. Let's do this special. The We Were Here Together stuff starts once I'm done with this run, I think. I told Ty a half hour when that was around 7:30 or so, because he was just getting off the phone with his girlfriend. And I figured that, he probably has some things to get together first, get a drink. I don't know if he's had dinner yet, all those things, so figure give him a little bit of time and I'll just sit and chat and chill for a little bit. But then we're on the last area of We Were Here Together 2. Sorry, We Were Here Together. And God, I'm hoping my brain will work better today than it did last time, because it was a mildly unpleasant puzzle. So we'll see. You're gonna be on at 10 and 11. Are you gonna be on your channel here, or are you gonna be on the Core 4? see. That's good. That's good. Also, what are you streaming later? Do you know yet? Let's do Dionysus. Sorry, I was saying something. Terminator's something. Cool.
Hi there.
Let me finish my thought. I think it might not apply to you, maybe because of the USB, but I don't know, because I have the one that goes into the motherboard. But the software that comes with Elgato for streaming, I have found that it has some memory issues every now and then, where like if you stream for a longer period of time, there's something like in the buffers in there or something that have some weird issue, and you don't get it if you use something like OBS instead. So you're still capturing through the card, but you're just piping it through OBS. So, in my experience anyway, I've only ever experienced weird like audio glitches and stutterings if I use the software that comes with the Elgato for it. So, but it is nice software when it does work though. Like, it has an integration with Twitch. You can easily manage things together, go live, like monitor your audio, everything else,
Hey, on no
and it has
occasion
auto.
cheers to you again, Lord Dionysus,
What's it called?
mate. This place
It
is so
lowers
much
the
less
game's
intrusive
volume
than
when you
your
talk as well. It
influence.
has nice software for that. So, you use Streamlabs. Okay, so OBS.
This is the greatest, Zag. This feast I'm headed to. I was getting a little concerned I wasn't gonna have quite enough to go around for everyone. Well, you just saved my evening, man. Too bad you couldn't be there, yeah?
Oh, Dionysus.
I've got a feeling this time, man, like things are really going to take a turn for you. And I mean for the better, almost certainly, I think.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, what else do we got? Ooh, fish. That was quick.
Just a crustacean.
But also, yeah, if anything, like, you know, besides the case, if the RAM that I have is compatible, then you should definitely grab that. Because as far as streaming goes, having a good chunk of RAM is really helpful for it. Just to give the computer enough to work with. Let's do this. Like, the gaming PC that I just got only had 8 gigs, and I added 16 to it, and it's so much snappier now. Words of wisdom, Karen. God damn it, Artemis. No, you should. I have two tatami mat and like futon beddings, so I can accommodate 2 people as long as they don't mind sleeping as I do. Let's do this one, I guess.
Let's hunt some dead.
But also, you know, you're more than welcome to bring air mattresses or whatever. So I guess I could use some health.
That's better.
But also, like, there's lots of good food here. And also, Vermont has like over 80% vaccinated, so we have herd immunity or whatever it is, so we're completely open.
Here's once if you think you're going
So,
to lose.
you don't have to like really care too much about masks. Some businesses are still doing it, like not like any of the big businesses, like chain kind of things, but some smaller places occasionally might ask you to wear a mask still because they're a little worried about it. They hear about your mom? I don't think so. Is it good or bad news? So I'm hoping it's good. But I feel like when someone says that you hear about it, it doesn't generally indicate good. Oh shit! Oh fuck, I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. Man, that sucks. That legitimately makes me sad. Damn. If you don't mind me asking, was it like in her sleep or something? I hope it like wasn't an accident or anything. I know she had some health problems, right? But let's hope that it was peaceful as possible. Damn. Well, that sucks to hear, man. Though I know you do a good job with Hunter, though. Done a good job with your 2 kids, and also, I mean, you've been helping raise Hunter for a long time anyway, right? So Jeez, how old is Hunter now anyway? It's like, how old before? Cancer, she went to sleep. That sucks, man. That sucks. My mother just beat breast cancer like a little while ago. I think she's still doing like a couple more, like she has like 2 more treatments or something like that, but the doctors were saying that was pretty much all gone and just giving her an option to do some follow-up stuff and whatnot. But man, that sucks. So I know what it feels like to have a mom with cancer.
That blasted Hydra never takes my feedback.
It's 14. God. Everyone grows up too fast. It's like whenever I see pictures of Dylan's brothers and sisters. Let's keep going for Dionysus. But yeah, I just hope that, you know, everything stays away. Like, you know, like it's too often like someone, like, you get cancer and then it goes away, then they get it again and like just keeps coming back and stuff. It's just shitty. But
The fields of Elysium.
yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, like, it hasn't it's been nice, like, up until this point that my mom had managed to avoid so much trouble and whatnot, despite, like, she's only 2 years younger than my dad, but my dad had tons of problems with diabetes, and you know, like, he doesn't have a foot anymore, so but like, also just like, you can see the age in him sometimes. Like, God, I think my least favorite thing that I can think of is watching someone you know and love kind of like be out of it. Like when you talk to them and they like don't seem completely there. Like some days they're fine, but other times, like when they're not totally there, it really just doesn't feel right. But also, I mean, like, what are you gonna do, right? Like, older we get, the more that kind of stuff is gonna happen. So it's life, but take things as it comes, right? I guess. Try to look on the bright side. That's just general everything, but yeah. Yeah, that sucks. That really fucking sucks.
What do we have here?
Grab the dodge. Don't really have the money for it. So, it's a weird thing to watch, I guess. And like, it makes you like think about more of the things that you do. Like, I forget things sometimes, and by sometimes I mean way too often for my own liking. And then like, you see like family members have trouble with things and you're like, oh shoot, like, am I gonna get dementia one day? Not fun to think about. But then again, I figured that if I do have memory issues like that later on, I won't remember them, so, you know, won't bother me as much. That's my attempt at looking on the bright side of it. Oh, no, the art style is great. Not to mention the voice acting.
Central strength.
Damn. Dionysus with a boss or Ares? I think I'll do Ares. If we can get his dash, that'll be helpful. But no, this... Ooh, thank you. I think... Is this a duo?
In the name of Hades.
Nope. But I do get a dash. Thank you. And some... Awesome. Thank you, strong drink. And now we can probably fight the Minotaur. Minotaur? Yep.
Shall we, sir?
Observe this gleaming coat of bronze with which I'm adored, now short one. Your doings, I'm to understand.
My father is to thank for that, not me. I've proven difficult for him to contain, so now I'm beneficiary of his latest pact of punishment. You're welcome.
I haven't thanked you as of yet. Though come, I'll repay you suitably for having me encased within this suit.
God, I love him. Oh, right, he's gonna have his new moveset now. I haven't actually fought him solo, like without Theseus hanging around.
Sisyphus, we
got you, Highness.
But yeah, get out of there. So when you first start at the game, you'll only have like 1 or 2 weapons, I think. I don't remember if you start with only the sword or you start with other things as well. But you get a lot more progression, and probably like getting a Death Defiance is probably like the first thing on your menu if you want like a general tip. Here that are Death Defiance or Stubborn Defiance option, I guess. What do you mean no? Get rid of that imperviousness, punk ass. But yeah, wait till you see the jabroni that is Theseus. Looks difficult. It's not bad. Theseus and the Bull are probably the hardest bosses, but only when you fight them together. When they're by themselves, they're not too bad.
In the name of Hades.
And all of it is just getting used to, let's see, we could do this. Or restore our health. That could be nice. We gain 2, basically. It's hard to choose. I guess I'll grab this. That'll be helpful for if I get smacked around a little bit more. Thank you. Yoink. Oh, there's a chaos. Probably wouldn't be a good idea. So you'll probably die on your first run. That's my guess. That's my guess, because most people don't make it all the way through. I have to imagine, like, after getting really good with it and like playing it for a long time, that you could probably make it through if you were used to it. But generally speaking, you don't have all the upgrades that you need to like really have a good chance at making it all the way through at the start. So there's no harm in dying at the beginning at all.
You're late.
But really, it's similar to Dark Souls. Everything's just patterns and learning the enemy patterns. So once you do that, it's good. Like, the final boss is actually probably easier than Theseus and the Bull, the bosses of this area. So, alright, I don't know if I want to go talk. I don't know if I want to go talk to Chaos right now. It's gonna give me a handicap. Probably that will be active when I fight Theseus and the Bull. But you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it anyway. Let's make life interesting.
Let's see. In the name of Hades.
Okay. Each time you attack, get damaged? No. Each time you special, get damaged? No. Take 38% more damage. They all suck. It's a relatively terrible idea, I suppose. But I mean, it's fine. Yeah, we're gonna take the additional damage, I guess, and just try our best not to get hit at all. Also, what?
Hear me on my authority.
Yes, perhaps.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. Thanks, Chaos. Bye, Chaos. So, more damage taken, but assuming that we get through it, that should be okay. We have to get through 3 encounters before it expires. I love the music in this game, though. There's one area in particular that I think you'll like a lot. Turnip. It's in Tartarus, the second area where there's a bunch of lava. There's a boat that you get on, and they have the music in it reminds me of the Cancer Bats. Like a very rocking motion of the guitar. It's good.
This is crawling with these.
But honestly, the bow is probably the easiest thing to use. That's why it has the best heat from me. The little skull in the top left corner of the stream, that's the heat. Oh, sorry. Yeah, the heat, which comes from your packs of punishment. And you only unlock that after you beat the game once. And that's the way to add like new difficulty and challenges to each run. And the more you do it, the more you unlock like other little things. Like every 5 you can open up. Yeah, we could do this. Every 5 you can unlock these little things similar to that little chaos place thing that I went down into before. That give you an opportunity to earn really good items if you don't get hit at all. And then also you unlock Skelly's prizes, which I only have 1 right now, but just useless like trophy trinkets.
Useless.
Mine now.
But it's fun. It makes things more interesting.
Fishing time.
The one that I have right now changes the bosses into more difficult forms.
Fish.
So like the bull wearing that golden armor, he doesn't normally do that. Normally he no, he has some other stuff going on. I think this is probably the one right before it, so let's go to care and shop. Yep. Alright.
No urns
Time for the
permitted in this
boss.
chamber.
Of course, Artemis.
I'll pay for that.
We get our aid, I suppose. There's a decent chance that I will either lose or get a bunch of really nasty deaths on this. So, it's our best. Time to see a bunch of jabronis.
These two.
You'll have to excuse the champion there, short one. He hasn't been himself. Though he'll still fight you to the death, I'm sure.
That's good, because you had me worried for a moment there. Hey, maybe I can knock some sense back into him. What do you think?
I'm not so sure,
Oh, he's not even talking.
but I know better than to underestimate you. Fight us then.
Aw, Theseus not talking? What's wrong with this world? Ring around the rosy. Come back here, Theseus. You're dying first. There we go. Now he's laughing. Come on, Theseus, be yourself. It's not right without you being a complete jackass. It's a good laugh. Like I said, the voice acting's good in this game. Oh god, get up, get me out of the way, get me out of the way. Ooh, ouch, that hurt. Where are you, Theseus? Oh, just shooting. He's shooting confetti out. Shit. Didn't have enough dashes to get away. There's one Death Defiance used. Don't say useless. No going invincible on me. Shit. Alright, I'm probably gonna lose another Death Defiance on this if this keeps up. Get me out! Get me out of here! Get me out! At least he runs. At least he runs into my attacks there. My build is not particularly good right now either. Mainly because it started off with Artemis. Not that Artemis is bad, she enables crits. But not really Not really how I play most of the time. Oh, there we go. Oh, good, good, you're talking now. Fuck you and your god powers. This is why I was trying to kill the bull first. No, you son of a bitch. Oh, there's 2 Death Defiance used. Sisyphus. Need some health, will ya? So normally when you fight Theseus and friends, he doesn't have that chariot, so he's just down here most of the time, hanging out with you. And his big angry move is to summon a god. Cool.
Ambrosia bottle.
All right. That was nice and tricky.
Seems I had best prepare myself at this rate.
Yes, please. Thanks, Dad. Okay, I need the tooth.
Can wash away my boons.
Okay. Hopefully I can buy another Death Defiance while I'm up in the sticks. Okay.
Hope it's nicer outside.
Sorry.
than it is in here.
Now that I don't have to concentrate anymore, I can go back to our regularly scheduled bantering. Just watching, that's a weird Dionysus, huh? Just watching the Mythical Kitchen YouTube channel earlier. I started off really not liking him. Oh god, Theseus in a wheelchair. He would mount guns on it though. I'm just saying. He definitely would do that if he had to be in a wheelchair. But I was watching the Mythical Kitchen because most of the time I end up watching food YouTube. Because I like
Of chaos
food.
has been lifted.
There we go. 128% damage if I hit them from behind. That should help. And they made a Ritz steak. Like, you know how you do like chicken fried steak? And it's just regular breadcrumbs and all that business when you're kind of flouring it and doing whatever. They crushed up Ritz crackers and used that for everything. And then they also made mashed potatoes and gravy, but mixed in the Ritz crackers into all that too somehow. And made this like... They used an entire box of Ritz crackers across this like mashed potatoes, gravy, and steak. It looked good though. I wouldn't mind trying it. I like weird food recipe things like that. They also made a Doritos calzone, which is kind of neat and looked good. So my thing, and also if you do come visit, which you totally should, we can all have ourselves some nice cooking times. I think, because last I checked, we all enjoy cooking. Been making plenty of like curries, variations on mac and cheeses from scratch because I like making cheese sauce because it's just one of those fun things to do. I think it's vodka poisoned. But also cookies. There's this one cookie recipe that I have that I've been perfecting over the course of several months that I recently did a new addition to that works out really nicely. Have you ever fat washed anything? Because if you haven't, I recommend it. So I watched this YouTube channel. Guy's name is Alvin Zhou, Z-H-O-U, and he likes making really slow recipes. So he like puts a lot of time in things, like lets things sit, marinate, do whatever. And he made this cake. It was like a 150-hour cake. It was this ridiculously intense chocolate cake that looked pretty amazing. But one thing that he did in it was he fat washed bourbon with butter. So all that means is that basically you brown off a bunch of butter, just make a nice big melty delicious brown caramelized few sticks of butter, and then combine it with pretty much equal parts heated bourbon. When I did my cookies, I did brandy, and so I did like a single stick of butter melted down and browned, tossed in an ice cube into it to add a little bit of the water back that evaporates, and then I did a half cup of brandy with that, and you let it sit in the freezer for about 6 hours. So like it all mixes together because it's liquid butter at that point. Yes, awesome. And you let it sit in the freezer, and they infuse together. So you get buttery brandy for like, or buttery bourbon for like fancy cocktails, because some cocktails call for fat washing like that. But more importantly, you get butter that's been infused with either bourbon or brandy or whatever, and you throw that into some cookies.
Found it fast this time. Something
And
for Cerberus.
it's very good. That's basically what I have to say there. 20 per hit or slightly stronger. God, I hate
Juicy.
Artemis's boons suck. They can be good, but they also kind of suck. But it makes like delicious cookies with wonderful warmth of brandy, but without any like the bite of the alcohol in it. It's rather good. I don't know if I should go for an upgrade or go for more health, because we're about to fight a version of the final boss that I've never fought before. So more health could be good. Maybe more power too, though. I think I'll do an upgrade.
Just what I need.
Bigger range, maybe? No, I'll do this. But yeah, they're really good though. They're hazelnut butter cookies with red bean paste filling.
The monster's solitary weakness, Satyr Sax, proved terribly effective once again.
So if you come up and visit, I'll make them. I'm actually making a set of them for a birthday party that I'm going to this weekend. All right, time to see what our good friend Hades looks like when he has an upgrade. Do you get golden armor too, Dad?
I was reviewing the terms of the Pact of Punishment to which you are bound. Even when my servants resorted to extreme measures, they were still unable to surpass you then. So now, it is my turn.
Caught you unprepared, did I? After Theseus and his Macedonian, I have expected to see you thundering around on some golden chariot of your own drawn by sable steeds, that sort of thing. But it's just you.
It is just me indeed. However, that should be more than necessary here. No holding back this time, Zagreus. Are you ready?
Now. Am I ready? Probably. This was the pork ginger that I had for dinner tonight. It's a good YouTube channel, Champ's Japanese Kitchen. It's a former pro boxer turned cook.
Let's go.
Alright, Dad, what new abilities do you got? Oh, he throws his shit now. Oh, he's using the same abilities we do. Like, he throws the spear, calls it back.
Yeah, boy.
He's a bit faster, too, it looks like. So we have to keep a better eye on... Oh, ow. I have to keep a better eye on him, then. Oh, if he can stick to just doing that dash, though, instead of doing the big spins of Doom, I'm totally on board with that change. He's probably going to do the spin next. Or not. There it is.
You think I shall go easy on you, boy?
No, Daddy. Oh, God. Fuck off. Really?
A useless thought.
Oh. You didn't summon those before. Even the monsters change. Alright. Of course, he summons a fucking Gorgon. That said, that might be to my advantage. Oh god, that's gonna hit. Because we can reflect those possibly hitting him. But no, food is one of those things that I tend to talk about a lot on stream, just because it's fun to make, and also, like, you know, everybody loves food, so easy conversation as well, I feel. But like even just trying out new recipes for mac and cheese is really fun. Like, for a while I was doing one with from Madame Ragusia, where you use baking soda or baking powder. I always forget which one it is. The one that comes in a can most of the time.
Handle this yourself.
You use baking powder, I believe. Maybe it's soda. Don't check out Adam Ragusia's channel on YouTube to actually, like, know which one it is. But we're probably gonna lose a Death Defiance soon. But you use that combined with lime to make emulsifying salts, and then you can break down cheese that way and make, like, really easy and tasty cheese sauces. And so for a while I was doing that for a lot of things, like cheese sauce for mac and cheese sauce for nachos, everything and anything pretty much. But recently I've been really enjoying this Roulis sauce that you just combine, it's just milk, cheese, and flour. I think we're gonna have to eat that one like that. Where you do, like, a cup of milk, like, heat a cup of milk up, and then the half cup of milk stirred in with a couple tablespoons of flour, and you know, you just mix it nicely. He's literally something like the most annoying enemies to fight, and you mix that together, and, you know, goes in with second phase, goes in with your noodles, and it works really well. Yes, you will, Dad. I don't want you to break my 15-hit streak. This fucking music's so good. I don't think any of those are gonna hit him. But, like, putting in red pepper to that simple sauce is just so good. I finally restocked my spice cabinet and got red pepper again, and now I'm just putting it in everything because I love it. Shit. No, fuck off. You go home, Dad. I think I just got the bonus backstab damage off of that. Oh, fuck.
That hurt, damn it.
Think you can keep this up?
I mean, I'm gonna try. So angry, Dad.
Through death, I regained life.
Excuse you? Did you just fucking heal, you piece of shit? You stop that right now. Oh god, get out of the way.
Now, Cerberus.
What? Oh, you son of a bitch! Oh, Cerberus! No! I gave you the Satyr Sack! Oh, I see how it is. Turning my puppy against me?
You brought this on yourself.
I mean, you're not wrong, but still. God, he healed and then did that. Oh, get me out of this. I'm gonna get hit by that. There's my last Death Defiance.
He taught you to be quick.
He did teach me to do quick. But he didn't tell me to deal with people who revive half their health and then send a dog on me. Douche.
I have something for you.
Is it a cookie? As long as I can avoid. Fuck!
Consider that a reimbursement for last time.
Oh, that's good. He's fun with extreme measures on. That's the first time I've died in like 16 runs.
Strong, I'll give him that.
That was good shit.
Whoa,
What's up, Hypnos?
did you see? Somebody got me this incredible new sleeper seat right here. Though I would never lie down while on the job. Perfectly alright sleeping while standing up.
Well, there it is, in case you change your mind.
Hi, Poppy. Way to betray me.
Well, after dying in some wretched manner, giving pets to my good boy sure helps me get back on my feet. Thanks for being here for me.
The funny...
Burning embers in the eyes of monstrous Cerberus, notorious Hound of Hell, reveal that he too is amenable to the pets of which the Underworld Prince speaks.
Speaking of which,
Well, there we go. You know, I didn't even use Sisyphus. That's what I should have done. If I had summoned Sisyphus, I could have gotten a little bit of health back and maybe could have survived longer. It sucks. Oh well. So that was good though. That's the first time I ever fought that version of the boss. I was more worried about his spin attack than his spear
I'm working on
throw.
trying to find your pact, Achilles. Just need a little more time to sort it out.
I've nothing if not patience, lad.
That was
I shall
fun.
try to keep my hopes in check. Thank you for your effort around this. When next we speak of it, may be when you've succeeded.
Not everybody knows
Alright,
exactly how
I've
to
pinged
keep your
Ty.
pets and live to tell of it, right, boy?
So hopefully he'll be joining soon. That's what I expect. I did link him. Oh, you know what? He's over in the other channel. Hold on. Hello.
Hello.
You're in the other channel. I was sitting there doing my thing. Thing is like, oh, I wonder when Ty will show up. And it's like, oh wait, he's over in the Core 4 Discord. What's he doing there?
Oh, my apologies.
No worries. No worries. Just confused is all. All right, let me start up the co-op game. The We Were Here's.
Hey, we're on the last section, right?
I believe so.